think there are many factors and reasons why women are choosing singlehood right now, but one being that we don't feel attracted to men right now.
No, see, here's the thing. You are attracted to men. It's just the men that you're attracted to have zero desire to be with you. Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again. I hope you guys are all doing well, and if you are doing well, I'm about to ruin that feeling that you have, because on today's episode, I have some more TikToks here to show you today, kicking it off with this woman who is going to be telling us, it seems, her first date fail / story time. Now, I have a bunch of clips which we'll be going through here today, courtesy of Locke, the bounty hunter. I'm going to leave his channel linked in the pinned comments, and make sure you go and check him out. And without further ado, let's take a listen to what some of these women, you know, the wisdom that they have to bestow upon us. First date, fail story time. Here we go.
A few months ago, I was on my way to a first date, and the man did text me in the morning to confirm that we were still on for it. So I got ready, I drove over there, I got there on time, and I texted him and I was like, hey, I just parked, I'll be in a second. And maybe a minute later, I get a text back and he says, hey, your text actually just woke me up from a nap. I'm going to get ready really quickly and then I'll be on my way over.
Do you guys find it funny, man? I personally find it hilarious because modern women always seem to find themselves on time for the men that they're highly attracted to, you know? But the average man's dating experience, if you ask the average guy will tell you most women are incredibly flaky. They'll screw you around, they'll waste your time, they'll try and get free food out of you and things like this, man. But for chads, right, for the men who are attractive, modern women just always rock up exactly on time. You know, again, they make it really easy for men that they are attracted to.
And maybe a minute later, I get a text back and he says, hey, your text actually just woke me up from a nap. I'm going to get ready really quickly and then I'll be on my way over. Granted, this man lived about 30 minutes away. Obviously, I was annoyed. Like, I had taken the time to get ready, drive over here, and show up on time, and he couldn't even bother to set an alarm to wake him up from a nap, and then expects me to sit around for him for at least 30 minutes, probably more. I just found that super disrespectful of my time.
I find it so funny, man, how women will get treated like men get treated the majority of the time. And then when it happens to them, they lose their marbles over it and they make a whole TikTok video crying about the situation. This is the average dude's dating experience. In fact, the average guy's dating experience, the women don't even show up a lot of the times. You know, you can have a guy, he'll message a woman, she'll agree to a date, they set a time, and then she just doesn't show up and she just won't answer her phone. And you already know these women have their phones on them all of the damn time, guys. So I find it very funny because you've got to consider this, okay? This happening to this woman right here, I wonder how many times she has done this to men. Because usually the ratio is incredibly screwed. Usually the women have done this a bucket load of times to men, and then when it happens to them once, they lose their mind over it.
30 minutes, probably more. I just found that super disrespectful of my time. So I just responded and said, don't even worry about it. I texted my girlfriend and she came and met me for drinks instead. So it worked out.
Yeah, so check this out, right? The woman was going out there, meeting up with Chad for drinks. Also, I don't really buy this woman's story, man, because, again, usually these women just end up meeting up with these guys anyway. You know, they like to say, oh, well, I pulled the absolute power play move here, but usually it's just because the guy rejected them. You know, like that's really what it boils down to. Let's jump into the next clip here. Men fall in love with appearance first. Let's take a listen to this woman as she does her makeup. I swear every second video is a woman doing her makeup while she's talking. Like, why can't they just talk to the camera and get their thoughts out rather than having to sit in the car or be driving or be putting makeup on, you know? And again, like half these women drive, by the way. Sitting in the car is one thing. Okay, fine, sure. But a lot of these women, I don't really trust them to pay attention to the rules of the road. You know what I'm saying? They don't really strike me as great drivers, a lot of these TikTok women. But let's jump into this one. Men fall in love with appearance first. Let's take a listen.
Do not fall in love with your character, your personality at first. They will never. Men's brains are in their cocks.
Why is this woman yelling? We're like 2 seconds into the video. She jump scared me, man. Okay, but she is, I will say she's a little bit correct here, right? Which is most people, when they first meet you, you know, they're going to be assessing your appearance first, man or woman. The thing that she neglects to mention is most men don't require you to be a supermodel.
Are you stupid? Yes, you are. You're a dumb shit. And the only way that your man would ever fall in love with your personality first, if he was an ugly piece of shit. Okay, if he's ugly and doesn't have any options, then he'll go for any person he can because he doesn't have a choice. It's called nature. Okay. Men's brains are in their penises, okay?
This woman has to be having some sort of a mental breakdown, right? I don't understand these videos. You know, it would genuinely kind of concern me to be around this woman. If this is what she's normally like, man, I don't think people are actually physically safe if they are around this woman. You know, and ironically enough, so she's sitting here saying how men fall in love with appearance first. I mean, obviously men do care about appearance. I don't think men have that really high requirements for how women look. You know, a lot of guys, if they're looking for the love of their wife or a wife or something like this, they don't need you to be some sort of supermodel, okay? Just don't eat a lot of junk food and you'll be fine for most men. But notice how she's out here and she's the one calling dudes ugly in this video. You know, because my perception of this is, yes, she's losing her mind. She's having some sort of mental breakdown. She should be in an asylum. But she actually seems more judgmental of men's appearances as she makes this video.
Sure, okay. Men's brains are in there. Okay? Men do not fall in love. This is the worst eyeliner. I'm going to flip the fuck out. It made me ugly. This is thick.
I don't think it's the eyeliner, honestly.
Men will fall in love with your appearance first. They are males, okay? They're not going to go, do you think they're going to be attracted to someone ugly and fat? No, they will never be, okay? They might be because they think you're easy. That's the truth. And they don't want to put a lot of effort because whatever. But I'm talking about generally. Men fall in love with how you look first.
Okay, so just by the way, let's unwrap this. She probably got rejected by a guy because the guy thought that she was too overweight. Right? So she's out here, she's trying to look for the bad boys, trying to get that guy to commit to her. And of course, modern women, guys, they essentially form harems. Have you noticed that? Because they're all out here chasing the same small subset of men on dating applications. They basically form these makeshift harems, and then they complain when men don't commit to them. It's truly amazing. It's very funny to me to watch this because they all just flip the hell out. Let's continue into the next one here. This one also looks like this woman is flipping out. I am so convinced that such huge factor playing into the idea. What are we talking about? Let's jump in.
I am so convinced that such a huge factor playing into the idea, this phenomenon of so many women choosing singlehood right now is because so many men are leaning into their feminine.
I find videos like this to be so funny because essentially what happens is like men want to be so there's like a whole like thing going on now, guys, where men are like, you know, doing the reverse thing on women, saying you have to pay for the date and things like this, and women hate this crap, man. And so what they do is they make these videos calling these men feminine. You know, oh, I didn't realize you were a princess. And the dudes are joking, right? They're saying, you got to provide for me. You know, you think going to the gym is cheap? You need to be paying my gym membership. And women come out here and they use all this shaming language because they're pissed off about it. How dare I have to provide for a man in any capacity?
I think there are many factors and reasons why women are choosing singlehood right now, but one being that we don't feel attracted to men right now.
No, see, here's the thing. You are attracted to men. It's just the men that you're attracted to have zero desire to be with you. Absolutely zero. You have no leverage over the men that you want. That's what it really boils down to. Women are only interested in, typically, I say typically, right? Particularly modern women are only interested in a small subset of men. And so the difficulty that these individuals are having is getting any sort of commitment out of these men. That's why it's so difficult for these women to date, and that's why they're quote unquote giving up. Okay, Chad doesn't want you. That's what it boils down to.
And I'm speaking in the context of straight women. I saw this TikTok of a woman last night explaining how women are socialized to feel like we have to keep seeing a man even if we are not attracted to them.
Nobody says this. Everybody says ditch the man the first time there's a red flag or something wrong with him, or apparently there's something defective. Men are treated completely as disposable by modern women. In fact, it's actively encouraged. Oh, he didn't buy, he didn't pay on the first date, queen, throw him out. Like, let's be real about it, man. Women are actively encouraged to throw men away. What are you talking about?
To feel like we have to keep seeing a man even if we are not attracted to them. There were so many comments. There was one specific comment of a woman saying she just does not feel attracted to men right now. She doesn't know what's happening. She's like, I'm not attracted to anyone. There are currently 9,000 likes on that comment, and so many women underneath the comment saying that they feel the exact same.
Yeah, so tell me, riddle me this. Those 9,000 women that left those likes, okay, let's just assume that they're all, adult women who are out there dating in the dating world. Do you guys think that these 9,000 women who liked that comment are celibate? Oh, I'm not attracted to men, right? They're all in their feminine era. These women are still sleeping with dudes. Like, let's not get confused here, man. Oh, I'm not attracted to any men. I've been single for 5 years. I'm not dating currently. I'm not looking for anything serious. Yeah, but you still have dudes that you hook up with, or at least one of them. Like, let's cut the nonsense here, man. Women say this crap, but what they do is actually completely different. Oh, I'm attracted to no men. Meanwhile, she's replying to that guy's story, trying to meet up with him. Like, we all know what they're doing. Guys, I hope you understand what these women are doing. What they're trying to do is they're trying to shame men into, providing for them because apparently that's attractive, right? And I'm sure, in the context of a long-term relationship, women gravitate towards dudes who have resources and things like this, but they're still out here hooking up with dudes who don't have to do anything. So who the hell cares? Why is a man going to pay full price for you, come out here and provide for you, when you're still hooking up with dudes anyway?
On that comment, and so many women underneath the comment saying that they feel the exact same. This is something I've picked up on for quite a while, and it's just been like my thoughts, but I did some research into it. We all have feminine and masculine energies. So when a woman leans more feminine, she needs someone more masculine. That's just energetics and polarity.
By the way, guys, I want you to notice that whenever a woman says, oh, here's what constitutes a real masculine man, all of it is self-serving definitions. And what I mean by that is like, oh, a man's not masculine. He's not paying the date. He's not paying 100% of the bill. Well, he's not masculine. Okay. They don't talk about any of the other male characteristics that make a man, for example, masculine, like having a strong sense of morals and things like this. They don't mention this. It's all related to the bank account. You see,
the idea that men are becoming more feminine is very much, it's been an idea for a while. It gets thrown around on TikTok, but it is a cultural shift. Dating apps has been a big change for, I think, the shift in how we pursue each other in dating. It's obviously more balanced, where I think men used to it used to be more of a courtship. Now I think everyone's just gotten lazy.
Oh no, the men aren't courting you anymore. They're just lazy and feminine. Why are these men behaving like women? It's funny, guys, because again, what you notice is this is just shaming language, okay? So the men don't want to court women. They don't want to put in effort with women. And so what women come out here and say on TikTok is that you are feminine. You see that? You see the shaming that's going on there? Okay, so are you suggesting to me that the women are lazy? That the women refuse to step up and do anything? Right? And again, they can't exactly say this, because then by saying this, right, it would make them look bad, because women, quite honestly, don't typically put in effort for the average man. At least they don't. They expect courtship from men, and when the men don't do it, apparently we're feminine. Okay, all of these men who are walking away from dating, who are not interested in providing the chivalry. Hell, these guys who are like crushing it on dating applications, they don't want to put in effort with the women anyway, either. Okay, so all of these men apparently are feminine. And this is the problem. When nobody's buying your product, when nobody wants to have a relationship with you, it's probably a bad idea to then go out and try and shame those people. If you're trying to sell a car, nobody wants to buy the car, and you turn around and you say, well, the reason why nobody wants to buy the car is just because they're feminine and lazy. Nobody's going to, even less people are even going to look at your car. This is a one-way street to running people away from what you're trying to sell, madam.
But specifically with men, where there's no, I don't know, it feels like, at least like speaking for myself, there's just no effort being put in. That's
Yes, no effort being put in. The men are not putting in effort. And by the way, so check this out. She says, that's not attractive to me, but you still sleep with the men who put in no effort anyway. Oh, I'm really attracted to men who put in effort. Meanwhile, you look at the last 13 men that she's been with, and none of these dudes had to put in any effort. Riddle me that.
like, at least like speaking for myself, there's just no effort being put in. That's not attractive to me, and that's not attractive to so many women, because women want effort. And obviously just in the whole context of women being able to live and survive in a world where we physically and like logically don't need a man to live anymore. We have the opportunity to get jobs, to be able to pay for things for ourselves. And studies are just finding that women are exponentially growing beyond men.
Okay, so what's the problem then? I'm confused. You don't need men, and yet here you are making your video trying to shame men into putting more effort into you. I don't understand this, guys. It's really funny how this works, because on the one hand, you'll have women who are strong and independent. They can get their own careers now. They don't need a man. But on the other hand, she still wants a man to come in, pay for her crap, and put in effort. Like, you can't have both of these things. Okay, you can't jump on here and say, I don't need no man, and then complain when the men listen to you and say, okay, no problem. Because contrary to what people believe, men actually do listen to this, okay? When women create public videos like this, of which there are thousands of them, and they say, I don't need no man, and then everybody agrees with you in the comments, and there's hundreds of thousands of likes and shares and all of these views, millions of views on this crap, of saying that you don't need a man, what the men do is they sit there and they say, oh, they listen to you. Okay, women say that men don't listen. We absolutely do. We get the messages being received loud and clear. You don't need no man. That's fine. I'm not paying for you. I'm not planning no dates. I'm not trying to court you. I'm not trying to put in effort. And many men feel the exact same way. And the thing is, by the way, is there is no reason for men to do this, because if you're attracted to that man, you are going to be strong and empowered, and you are going to sleep with him anyway. You see what I'm saying? So women have essentially priced themselves completely out of dating. It's a brilliant strategy. Brilliant.
This is where I usually find that women come across intimidating to men, because she's just got all these things going on, but that's like her normal. But I feel like so many women are like that. We've all just got, I don't know, we just all got it going on. We've got good jobs, we've got good friendships. We've sorted things out for ourselves. We've grown our life. We've built stability for ourselves. And
okay, good for you. So why do I have to contribute then? You know, you're sitting here calling men lazy, calling them feminine, and just by the way, no man is intimidated by you. They just don't want to deal with your crap. That's really what it boils down to. Women misappropriate the word intimidating so damn much. Oh, men are just scared of me. Men are just scared of commitment. I'm intimidating because I've got a job. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? That's not the reason why men won't give you commitment or put effort into you. That makes no sense. Dudes don't go, oh, wow, you know, she's a lawyer, super scary. Oh, I'm intimidated. I'm not going to ask her out now. No, the men just don't see any value in asking you out or trying to get commitment from you, especially the women who sit here and say that they don't need a man. Very funny.
And statistically, men are behind. And for women who have that for themselves, I don't think it's too much of a ask for her to also want her partner to have that too.
Okay, so check this out, right? Women are doing well in careers. They are doing well in the fields of their choosing, education-wise and so on. So let's just say you have a woman who's educated. She's out here making 100K a year. As an example, this woman's saying, you know, the women have good careers now. Okay, good career, 100K. Why can't she demand a man who makes exactly the same, if not more? You know, why can't she demand a man who does a bit better? Here's the thing. The moment you demand a bit better, you're competing with every other woman. Okay, and just by the way, I want to preface this by saying that your career is not going to win him over. In fact, it does nothing. In fact, a lot of the times it actually works to your detriment because of how bossy you become, right? So you say, well, why can't I deserve a man who makes 150K if I'm making 100K? Because you don't qualify for him. You're competing with other women and none of you have anything that he's interested in having. That's really what it boils down to, Matt.
Much of a ask for her to also want her partner to have that too. A stable job, good friends, whatever it is. So men who lean more feminine, they don't really have that drive. They're not really making moves with their lives. That's not attractive to women.
Yeah, see, here's the problem. I think a lot of guys have already checked out. You know, so here's the issue you're having. Men are not putting in effort into you. They're not courting you. And your solution is to sit here, call the men feminine, and say that's not attractive to women. First of all, that's a lie anyway. Yes, women are not very attracted to ambitious men. The problem is these successful guys will sleep with you anyway. It doesn't matter, right? If the man's a highly attractive, he doesn't have a job, you'll still sleep with him regardless, okay? Like, let's not kid ourselves here. So this woman's sitting here saying that that's not attractive to women, to the men who are not interested in attracting you in the first place. If the man doesn't want commitment from you, I don't think he cares. That's the real problem here, man. Is like these women just they cannot grasp it in their heads that men have walked away. A lot of average, quote unquote, average men have walked away. But all of the men that these women seem to want, they don't want relationships with them either. Yeah, they'll have fun, but they're not interested in attracting or retaining you. You know, they're just good looking guys. Maybe they're successful, but they don't care what you're attracted to. Obviously, if they cared, well, then they would be courting you, wouldn't they? You see what I'm saying?
Especially women who are more in their feminine, they want a man to be more, I don't know, I feel like from what I'm gathering from a lot of this work and talking to women, we either want men to match us or be above us so we can learn, so they can lead. When a man is in his feminine energy, he needs guidance. He needs us to lead him.
Yeah, I don't want to be with a guy who earns less money than me because I have to lead him. And so women are going out here and they're all competing for the top earners, guys. She makes 100K. She wants that man who makes 150. Well, why can't I qualify for the man who's making 150K a year? Because you don't qualify. You don't have anything that the man's interested in. And if you think that your career is interesting to a man, you have another thing coming. But don't worry. Apparently it's because you're too intimidating, right?
It's draining for us. And that puts us immediately in our masculine energy, which feels awful. I mean, like when it's our innate natural state to be in our feminine, we're not us when we're pushed into our masculine. And that's why I feel like so many women are not feeling attracted to so many men right now. It's because they're betraying these traits of being more in their feminine. And it's not attractive to us for those who are more naturally in our feminine.
I can just imagine all of the men who are watching this video right now. There's probably thousands of people who will see this video. And what those men will be thinking to themselves is, I don't care. I'm not interested. A lot of men right? And here's the proof in the pudding, okay? Because I can sit here and I can say, well, men have checked out. The proof is that no man wants to commit to this woman. That's the funny part, guys. It's all written right in front of us. You know, she complains about men not putting in effort. She complains about men not wanting to commit to her or not wanting to court her. Yeah, the men have checked out. They don't care what you find attractive, madam. They're not intimidated by you. They simply do not give a flying damn. Holy hell.
And it's so interesting too, because I feel like so many women are blaming themselves because we just don't know what's going on. Like for straight women, we just feel like, oh my God, we're not attracted to anyone anymore. But I'm just convinced it's the energetics of just like this, just men in their feminine right now. And we're naturally not attracted to that.
I find it funny, man, how you see videos like this, but really what videos like this actually are, it's kind of like a masterclass in manipulation, because that's what the woman is trying to do. She's trying to manipulate men. You know, you don't earn enough money. So what she's saying, first of all, men don't want to commit to her. They're not courting her. They're not putting in effort. And many women are experiencing the same thing. She says that it's unattractive. But what's the truth? She's still attracted to those same men who put in no effort. So first of all, that's a lie. And this is so manipulative. She is straight up, first, right off the bat, she is lying. Okay. Second of all, we've mixed in shaming on top of that. So we're also trying to shame men. Third of all, we're trying to make it sound reasonable that we want dudes who are above us. I mean, there's so many layers to how much bullcrap this woman is speaking, guys. I think it's absolutely insane how much manipulation actually goes into these videos. Like, I could probably write a good amount, a very large explanation of just all of the manipulation strategies that this woman is trying to use on men. You could probably get a few pages out of that bad boy. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. I need to go cleanse myself. I'm going to go do back and biceps. It's going to be great. I don't have to listen to this garbage anymore. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, guys. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.